Alright, I'm back. My phone went out of space, so I had to read a couple pictures. But I went ahead and put the whole carburetor in there and make sure everything's clean. This is just some parts cleaner. Make sure it's nice and clean. Take your rag. And just, wipe it off. Clean it up a little bit. Make sure you do clean off all the maintenance surfaces so you get a nice, easy, and tight seal. You ain't gotta be perfect, but the better you are, the better it is. Alright. We'll go ahead and make sure you clean off these lips when the gasket's gotta go. Here's the old one, and here's the new float valve, whatever it is. Put it on just like that. Make sure you get the new pin. Start it on one side and drop this in slowly. Push the pin through until it goes through the other end. Should be roughly like that. It should still be able to move. So once you do that, you're gonna need to go ahead and put your gasket down here. It should fit straight in, just like that. And then grab your bowl, pull the old gasket sealer off. Now I'm gonna take a rag and clean out the inside. So I'm gonna take this end, dip it into my cleaner bucket, and just get into it. Get it nice and clean. If you want to, you could just let it sit in the cleaner bucket, but I decided not to. I wasn't too worried about it. This is pretty well stained, so yep. Ain't getting nothing else coming off, so I'm gonna call that good. This is the new gasket. I'm gonna slide this on top. This has to go underneath the float. There's a cutout specifically made for the spot there. It should lay flush. Then you take your cap or your bowl and put it on top. And here they gave us some new rosters or O-rings. So I'm going to use the new one for this. Then you want to align the hole for the threads. And go ahead and thread your bolt back in. Looks like I'm not happy with that. I'm going to loosen it up again before I tighten it too much. And get this gasket more over. I don't think it has to be perfect, but I would like it to be pretty darn close. There we go. I like that better. Go ahead and start your bolt by hand. Snug it by hand. And this is a 14 millimeter. Tighten it down. Don't gotta be too tight, but you want it snug enough it won't leak. And for what I have been able to figure out, this is your high idle. This one on the side is your low idle, and then this is your idle. Stop. Alright. I do not have a new gasket, so I'm going to be reusing the old one. But I am going to be putting just a dab of the thread gasket sealant. Just a dab on the inside. Not much, just enough to help seal it. It doesn't have to be a crap ton. It's a little bit. I know a lot of people say you're not supposed to do this, but it's what I'm doing. It's never failed me yet, so get it nice and stuck on. Give that a few minutes to dry up a little bit. And when you replace this piece here, you don't gotta tighten it down too much, but make sure it's pretty snug. It should be about the same as when you take it off. And I did put a new gasket on it, new washer on it. They didn't give me the right size for it, so I had a couple laying around, and I just went ahead and used those. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the tools I don't need, and then we'll go ahead and reinstall it and see if we can get it to crank. Alright, to install this carburetor is the same as taking it off. Just do the same steps but in reverse. You want to make sure these are all pretty tight. Not so tight you can't take them back off. What I do want to do is make sure I slide over the carburetor a little bit. Center it up. To me, it looks like it's centered. Nice and snug. Now you want to go ahead and address your fuel line, which all you're going to have to do is grab your hose. You're going to have to untwist it, the bolt out of it. It's going to start leaking. Shove her on, and you'll be alright. I'm going to go ahead and reconnect. I went ahead and reconnected this, and that's going to be held together with more duct tape. So, you know what? It don't matter if you use duct tape or not. You can use whatever you like. Alrighty. Got the duct tape. It's a piece roughly, I don't know, maybe 6 inches or so, I don't know. I'm gonna wrap it around here. Let it grab onto itself. I'll go over, under, and up and over. And there you go. All you have to do is put your cover on, and that'll be all you have to do.